Red Bull is not. It's not listening. Although it should be probably in front of everybody. And it's quiet. People are looking at me. What's he gonna say? The spotlight is right on my face. Is there any way we could turn these lights down a little bit? Oh, that is. That's great.
You did?
Well, first I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. I'd like to recognize the holiday committee. So whoever was on the holiday committee, please stand up and let's give them a round of applause, please. A special focus on Lori. I don't know where she is, but she did just an amazing job. And I really personally thank you for putting this together, Lori, because this is really a lot to do with you. And I want to thank Cefalos for having us here tonight. Beautiful venue, and I don't know if Lenny is or Dean, but thank you very much for having us here. And most of all, I'd like to thank all the employees for being here with us. Without you guys, I couldn't be here. And from the bottom of my heart, I thank you all for being here with us. And I thank the spouses and families for having to put up with your spouse or your family member working for the company. I know a lot of folks end up putting in a lot of time, and that takes away from time with you. And so I really do appreciate that, and want to recognize you guys as well. Thank you. And I couldn't miss out on the number one person in my life, Morris, who I'm thankful for. Well, without Morris, I wouldn't be here too. Thank you, buddy, for being with me. He's going to come back a little later and say some jokes, okay? And then again, most of all, I'd like to thank God for everything He's provided to me as well. Some of the things I'd like to do tonight is talk about some of the highlights. Morris, you're going to get a timeout, buddy. Gil, who brought this kid here? Whose blonde-haired kid is this? So I'd like to talk about some highlights of the year. So bear with me as I go through these things. I'm going to recognize some people. And the first thing I'd like to talk about is our profitability. So this is the 4th year in a row that we've been profitable. So in an economy like this, to have 4 years of a profit, it's just amazing. And although the profit sharing checks were very small this year, at least we have them. So I'm very proud of that as a company. And before we get there also, I wanted to talk about the profit sharing plan and the review, the peer review that we did. We all basically reviewed each other. For the people here that don't know what that means, part of our profit sharing plan is each other evaluating each other. So according to certain criteria, we evaluate each other, okay? And we come up with a score. And I wanted to recognize the number one, the highest, the person with most points of all the employees was Mike Alcott. I'd like Mike to stand up for Mike. And second and third place were John Lynn and Ryan Dew. So thank you. So I'm going to talk a little bit about, Gift Local. So Gift Local is a product we launched this year. Last year around this time, I was at a grocery store looking for a gift card for a car wash. And I couldn't find a car wash gift card at the local grocery store because they didn't have local merchants. And I thought that was kind of strange, so I got in the car and drove to the local car wash. And then you'd have to try to find the guy who's sleeping in the back, right, to come out and sell you the gift cards. There was nobody there. So the whole ordeal took me about 2 hours just to get one gift card for a local merchant. And as I was thinking about this, I picked up the phone and I called Steve. And I said, Steve, what do you think about the idea of just maybe using an open network like Visa, MasterCard, and Discover to offer local merchants the ability to do a gift card for the location. So they wouldn't have to change any technology as long as they take Visa, MasterCard, or Discover. We could brand the card and use it at the location. We see that that's a great idea. So the following week, I called my friend who was running prepaid at Discover, and I said, what do you think about this idea, using Discover to power a local branded type of gift card program? And he said, nobody's ever brought that to us. I couldn't believe it. So within a very short period of time, we had a bank agree to sponsor us, and then we had Discover agree to do the program with us. We put the specs together, and by June, we were able to launch the program. And I want anybody here who was involved in Gift Local to stand up, because I think that's just amazing to be able to come up with an idea and launch by June that magnitude. Thank you very much. And I know with most people standing over here, it's hard to say stand up if you're already standing. You know, in my mind, as I was thinking about giving this talk, I thought everybody would be sitting down. I didn't think Morris would be mocking me, but we get all get what we want. So we have about 200 merchants signed up so far with Gift Local. And, you know, we are going to be expanding, and I think next year we anticipate getting somewhere around 75,000 merchants signed up. At least, you guys heard me, right? 75,000 merchants actually signed up for Gift Local. And so that's pretty amazing to go from an idea to the product launch to having 200 merchants, and then next year maybe having 75,000 or 100,000 merchants signed up, maybe 120,000. We'll see. So I'm very excited and proud to talk about that. The next thing I want to talk about is our patents. So this is a highlight of the year for us, one of the highlights of the year. We have about 30-something patents that we filed. I don't know if you guys all realize that. Most of the employees do. And we filed patents probably since 2008. And this year, we in April had the first patents that were issued to us. And we were successfully able to license some of those patents to the largest company in the world, BlackRock, which was just amazing. And then in October, we were able to get the gift patent, which I'll talk a little bit more about later, and that was issued to the company. So anybody involved in the legal aspect of the company, I'd like to thank and stand up and give them a round of applause. Okay, the next slide I want to talk about is the executives that we have. So one of the amazing things that we have as a company is very low turnover. From last year, we had about 74 or 78 employees. What was the number, 74, right? No, we looked at the spreadsheet today. Was it 74 when we started the year? Okay, of the 74 people that started the year with us, we lost 4 people who quit. I'm not talking about people that you know, we had to reduce in size or for whatever reason didn't work out. But 4 people out of 74 or 78 is a 5% turnover rate. So that means a lot to us as a company, and that's pretty impressive. And I think one of the things that I'm looking for this year, and as we grow as a company, is less focus on me. And as you guys know from last year's Christmas party, we talked about less about me and more about we. And I'm very excited that our executive team, we have 7 people now. And I know that a lot of times it's hard to deal with the CEO breathing down your neck, looking at you, demanding, and that's fearful for a lot of people, and it makes people get nervous. But I tell you guys need a guy like me, because I will keep driving things. But what we do need is a group of individuals, of people that are at an executive level, to help to defer that and help to raise your career up in the company. And so I'm very excited. I'd like the executives to stand up too and give a round of applause. One of the things that I think is fairly amazing too is that 17% of our employees have actually moved to Pittsburgh for the opportunity to be at this company. So that's pretty amazing. The next thing I want to talk about my coupons. Anybody here in my coupons group, would you please stand up? Because last year we got hit by Panda, okay? And our revenue in August of last year was $99,000. And our revenue this year in the same month was $275,000, $300,000, somewhere in that neighborhood. So I just think that's amazing, and I think my coupons needs a round of applause. Sorry about that. The folks that are in Swap-A-Gift, I would like for you guys also to stand up as well, because I bought Swap-A-Gift in 2008. We were losing money. 2009, we were losing money. 2010, we were losing money. 2011, we were losing money for Swap-A-Gift. And I think we're just about on the verge of being profitable for Swap-A-Gift. And we grew by 25% this year, which I thank. And I applaud the folks that are working on Swap-A-Gift. Let's please give them a round of applause. Another group I'd like to recognize is WRL, and that would include the technology guys as well. And all these properties, of course, they include the technology guys. Without the technology guys, we wouldn't have products. And you guys all know how much I value our technology folks. So the folks that are in WRL, please stand up and get recognized, because this year we grew by 45% in WRL. And it wouldn't be a party without recognizing our fulfillment center. Right? These guys have been with the company probably longer than anybody as a cohesive group of people, and so that's a tribute to the folks that are in that group. And without them, we wouldn't have product to ship out. So this year we decided to expand our fulfillment center and make it sort of streamlined. We invested the time and effort in that, and we've done that. And we actually had a day where we did 14,000 cards out of that fulfillment center in one day, and I'd like to give everybody in the fulfillment center a round of applause. Another area I'd like to talk about is our customer service group. You know, at the beginning of the year, it was kind of feeling weird that we were going to cut back on our customer service group, and a lot of folks were uneasy about that. And you know, it was my opinion that having first-line calls being handled somewhere else and us kind of taking our call center and making a second-line area where we could help our customers was going to be the right thing to do. And all the metrics have shown that that was a good decision from our company standpoint.
I'm going to get you on the camera.
I'm proud to say that first call response is 90%. Anybody here in support, please stand and have a round of applause as well. I don't know the exact number, but I think first call resolution prior to this was somewhere around 75%. So it's very good. Our customers are happy. And I also want to recognize the small groups. And for the folks here that don't know what that means, you know, last year I was trying to figure out, as we continue to grow the company, ways to get people involved, not just from the executive level down, pushing all the ideas down to everybody else, telling everybody what they should and shouldn't be doing. That the books and all the things that I've read about highly successful companies, those are the companies that get everybody involved. And so, you know, having people, the right people in the right seats on the bus, having all those people involved in the strategy, and then of course because of that everybody will execute. So what we did was we formed these small groups in the company, and these small groups are able to meet once a week. They come up with issues that they have. It helps to mold the strategy of the company. So it's no longer the top down where the executives are telling everybody what's going to happen. It's everybody contributing to the strategy of the company, which helps us all to be involved. Now this year we launched 2 months ago, I think 18 issues have been resolved by the small groups. I'd like the small group leaders to stand up and give them a round of applause. And just about this point is when the kids had enough of it, right? I promise somebody special's coming. I think he's got red on and a big long beard. But you gotta be good. You gotta be patient. You too, Morris. Okay, so the last thing I wanted to talk about is the charities, and you guys saw up on the screen that we donate $500 per employee, and I think we're close to 100 employees, to the charities of choice of our employees. And we do this because I believe it's not just my choice as to where the money goes and we work hard for it. It's everybody's choice in the company. So we have figured out that it's a good idea for everybody to have a charity. We've been donating $500 to the charities of the employees. And I'm very proud of that. And this is a picture of us down at the Light of Life. And this here is Gil. It's not the lunch lady. I promise you, right? Where is Gil?
Up here.
Can you attest to that? That is you?
Yeah, with the halo on my head.
So I'm very proud of the charity work that we do. And part of the charity work we do, I have decided that I'm going to make the announcement right here that any employee that has a charity, I'm going to pay for one full day throughout the year for you to spend down at your charity. So whatever charity you got, you take a day off and you spend it down at your charity. For although we didn't make a lot of money, and profit sharing checks weren't huge, there are people that have nothing. And, I think that's the right thing to do. And so speaking of that, this past month or two ago, there was a Hurricane Sandy hit New York. There was a lot of devastation. And MasterCard decided that they were going to send $100,000 down for hurricane relief, okay? So they decided to approach us to help them with the program. So we were the ones that were going to go through and print the cards and do all the stuff for MasterCard. And of course, they had to go through compliance. You guys know how that is, right? It wasn't going to get done fast. No, that's actually a good thing. I actually appreciate that. Don't take me wrong. It wasn't going to happen overnight. We had to look at the client to make sure that they were who they said they were, because I'll tell you the truth, I was not going to send $100,000 worth of cash to New York in the middle of a hurricane because you just don't know what the money's going to be used for. So we spent hours that night trying to figure out whether this was a legitimate cause, or it was a legitimate cause, or whether the people behind it were legitimate. And I think it was around 9 o'clock, or maybe a little earlier, 6 o'clock, we said, yes, this is legitimate, we're going to send out the cards. The cards were really put through fulfillment, they did a great job, we packaged it up, we were sending it out, and guess what? I think it got stuck at TSA. TSA said they were not going to allow us to ship the cards. So we couldn't send them, and they had to be there the next morning at 8 o'clock in the morning. So you can't get them on the plane, and the only other way to get them there is to drive, right? And so we got somebody in the company saying, you know what, I'll do that. It's the right cause. So we're talking about charities and doing the right thing. And tonight I'd like to recognize Ann Kennedy because this epitomizes what I like to say. They started driving at 11 o'clock and got there around 7. Delivered at 8 o'clock in the morning, everybody was happy. This is the type of thing that MasterCard loves. We all love it, and I thank you again, Dan, for that. That being said, I know Morris is getting anxious to get up here and say a couple things. And every year I kind of let him talk, so I'm going to let Morris come up here and say a few things to you guys. He's got some jokes ready. So come on up.
What do
Morris. Thank you very much. Good job, Morris. Good job. So, one of the things I'm going to talk about real quick, and I'll try to speed this up because I know a lot of the kids are hungry, but we're going to talk about challenges this year. Some of the challenges that we faced and overcame those challenges in 2012. One of the things we're challenged with right now is we're trying to hit 1 million cards. And we are at around 950,000. So we have 50,000 cards more to sell for the month of December. If we do, we're going to hit 1 million cards for the month of December. And I can tell you that I started selling gift certificates and gift cards in 1999. And it wasn't until 2007 or 8 that I sold 1 million cards. So it took almost 10 years to sell 1 million. And this year we might do it in 1 year. So I think that's great. And if we end up doing that, we're going to jump into the Allegheny, me and a bunch of the guys. So I'm excited about it. So another challenge we had was the panda. We talked about with my coupon overcoming the panda attack, and I think we were able to successfully do that. And our revenues have grown again. That's a challenge that we had. We were able to overcome it. I'm very proud of everybody for doing that. A lot of companies, just to be in the Pittsburgh 100 is an honor. It's an honor for us to be in the Pittsburgh 100. But I can tell you that this year was the 7th year in a row that we were in the Pittsburgh 100 and we won one of the places in the Pittsburgh 100. So that's a congratulations to all you guys. And how could I go without speaking about Tough Mudder? So in March or so, I was about 225 or 230 pounds. I was feeling a little fat. And I was watching a show on TV, I think it was on the Discovery Channel, about this Tough Mudder contest. And I said, you know, there was a guy running with like no leg and like a prosthesis leg, and he was able to do the whole thing. And I said, man, I need to do that. So I sent off an email to some people, and guess what? I was expecting everybody to say no, but a bunch of people said yes. And so this year, I think there was about 8 of us. We jumped in my RV, we drove up to Michigan, and we did the Tough Mudder contest together as a team. And we ran 12 miles, and it was probably about 40 degrees out, cold and rainy. And together we were able to run through the mud for 12 miles, staying together, literally sticking together with the mud. And I'm very proud of that. And I want to congratulate the guys that did that with me. Thank you very much. Now, I wanted to talk about this one only because I think it's funny. This video, I'm going to show you a video of it real quick. But Doug is an avid barefoot skier. He took first place in a contest this summer. And this is Doug Wasman, our CFO. If you listen, you'll be able to hear this video.
Has he pulled you to death? How old are you, Doug? Doug, how old are you? How old are you? 16. There he goes.
And another challenge I have to talk about because it's an interesting challenge. Again, I like challenges, and I think it builds character. So right up there on the left here is a thing called a cicada bug. And it's about 3 inches long. And so it's about 3 inches long. And Morris and I were down on the Colorado River, and we were down on the Colorado River, and we were going to go rafting. So we went rafting together. And one of the initiations that the guys get is that the new guys that go down the river is that they have to eat cicada bug. And so we pulled off, and the guys were doing a ritual, and they were initiating the new guy, turned out to be a female, and she had to eat the cicada bug. So she eats the cicada bug, and everybody was grossed out. There's probably 100 people there. And the girl goes, thought it was, you guys all think it's funny and gross, nobody here would do it. Well, of course, it was Morris do it. He says, I'll do it. And me, as a good father, I'm pulling him back and saying, no, I don't want you to do that. And I was thinking my ex-wife was sitting in the bushes, so I pulled her back and I got peer pressure, and they said, just let him do it. So this is a video of Morris eating a cicada bug. Eating a cicada bug. I mean, I just think that's another great story of overcoming your challenges. And I couldn't not talk about Beth overcoming her challenge. We were on an executive retreat. We went to skeet shooting. And this is Beth shooting a 12-gauge shotgun down in Navajo. So, again, another challenge and overcoming the challenge. It's just amazing. Now, this is the final slide about the challenge. Not only am I putting this up here because this is me at 22. I like to reminisce and remember how strong I used to be and all that stuff. But we ended up as an executive team going down to Ohio Pile and looking at the rapids where I used to guide. In Ohio Pile, the rapids are not that steep. Actually, that's Ohio Pile Rapid on the left there, which is the put-in, which is a very steep rapid they don't let people, go on. So, I was standing there saying, this is where I used to guide. The water level was pretty high. I was feeling pretty good about myself, trying to show off, and talking to the other executives. And I said to them, look, if any of you guys want to jump in this river and swim across that rapid, I will give you anything that I have. That's my job. I'll give you money. I'll give you my lake house and my boat. Of course, Doug wanted my boat. So I didn't know, but we turned around, started walking back to the car, and I hear a big splash. We turned around, what'd you know, who would it be but Doug, swimming in the water, trying to make it across the river. So here's Doug popping up and down, trying to go across the river. I pull him in, and I say, Doug, what are you doing? I said, you just did that, I'll give you anything you want. What do you want? Doug looks up at me and says, tell me who the hell threw me in. And I look over and I see a smiling man there, a very own Ray Bilbao. And so it was fun. It was a good time. So from the executive team, we have some very large seats to fill, and we look forward to the challenge this year. I think I've assigned a really great team, and we're up for the challenge to fill the seats to make us all successful coming up in 2013. So on to real quick the challenges for 2013, and I promise I've got maybe 5 more minutes. Can you guys handle 5 more minutes? Yes? Of course. So 2013, we wanted to be about gift shop. Okay? So we had Gift Local last year, the challenges that we all faced, the things we overcame. We want 2013 to be remembered as the year of gift shop. And for those that don't know what gift shop is, and this is one of the things we have a lot of patents filed around, and we were issued patents in October, as I mentioned. It's basically, in the year 1999, gift certificates were real popular. Gift cards didn't exist, right? You guys can remember. I ended up buying the domain giftcards.com. And guess what happened? Gift cards became very popular. Gift certificates you don't hear about anymore. We're at the same time in history right now where gift cards eventually won't be heard about anymore. It'll be a next evolution. And I believe it's going to be gift credits. And so we own the domain gift credits, and we own the domain gift hub, and we own all the patents surrounding the concept of taking a gift and making it a credit on your current payment mechanism. So you no longer need plastics, it's delivered immediately, and it's fully customized and personalized. So this year we're hoping that the gift your product is going to be the reason and the biggest thing that we do for the year. As you can see, a lot of patents have been filed around this. And I just want to play this little video real quick. If it's possible. Gil, can you get Declan? Morris.
Declan, get up here. Declan, get up here.
Okay, here you go.
During the last few years, we've ventured into a lot of different fields. We've had the opportunity to meet and work with a lot of wonderful people. However, I hope that we never lose sight of one thing, that was all started by us.
So I played that video because I just wanted to, show you the evolution of our G. It's not just a G, it's a smiling G. We're very excited about it, and I would be proud someday to be able to stand up somewhere and just think about how perhaps what we grow our business into someday, perhaps a global company that's offering our gift credits all over the world, that started with a smiling G. And I'm not sure if I can play this one, but I'm going to try. No? Can you guys play it? No? Okay. So 2013 is going to be the year of gift shop. That's all I have to say. Thank you guys so much for being here tonight. We hope you have a great time. There's a lot of stuff to do. We got the photo booth over here. We've got a guy, I think, doing balloons. Santa probably coming later. Perhaps we have the open bar. And I think later we're going to do something with the small groups. What I heard, I think Steve is doing the, what kind of game is it? Name that tune. So stick around and see some guys play some games. And thank you again. Happy holidays.
I'd like to take a moment and on behalf of all of the employees of giftcards.com, we want to take this opportunity to thank Jason. We want to thank Jason for, number one, providing an opportunity to be with a company that is like no other company. It truly is a unique company and a unique experience for all of us. We want to thank you for the profit sharing We want to thank you for the paid time off that is unique and that allows us as employees to take time off when needed instead of worrying about asking all the time. We also want to thank you for allowing us to pick a charity of our choice and the company to write a $500 check for each and every one of us to that charity in our name. So, thank you. But most of all, we want to thank you for being our leader and our visionary. Jason is a leader that will choose the road not taken. We forge our own way. And in recognition of that, all of the employees have signed a Robert Frost poem that is The Road Not Taken, which is one of Jason's favorite poems. So Jason, thank you very much. We appreciate all you do for us.
And unlike Ray, I'm going to keep it down to just 2 words and mean it. All in.
All in! Why would you do that?
Because I wanted to.
Don't.
Wait, are you pretty sure? I want to see the fish.
Thanks, Walt.
Better job.
Yeah.
Better job.
Thanks, Tommy.
I'm gonna run.
All right, brother.